Qiang, Global Director in the World Bank's Digital Vice Presidency. It's great to meet you.
Thank you, Tony, for having me here today.
Absolutely. And jobs have been a huge topic here. Your president, Ajay Banga, of course, talking a lot about future job creation. We're going to talk a little bit about how AI is impacting and may impact in the future. First question that I'm sure a lot of people watching would want to know, is AI right now augmenting jobs? Is it replacing jobs? Sort of what's the state of play globally?
It's interesting. AI and jobs are the two probably most talked about topics in our country and global conversations over the past 3 years since the arrival of ChatGPT. And we don't really have a crystal ball into the future and really predict the net impact of AI on jobs. But what we know is that some new jobs will be created and others will be lost, but every single job will be reshaped.
And so, are you seeing a difference right now in how AI is impacting the developing economies versus the wealthiest economies in terms of jobs?
Yes, we actually conducted a dedicated research on this topic for our upcoming flagship report on AI. And one finding is that actually the demand for AI skills is increasing. It's about ninefold in 2024 vis-a-vis 2021. And the bright spot is that it's increasing faster in developing countries than in developed countries. For example, the job posting requiring AI skills is increasing 16% in upper middle income countries, about 11% in lower middle income countries, compared to 2% in high income countries. So we have a little bit good news here.
Yeah, that is good news. And I remember, so obviously to participate in the AI economy or to have an AI related job, you have to have connectivity. And there are 2.6 billion people on the planet who don't have reliable internet access right now. In fact, there are 700 million people who don't have electricity. And I remember it was a year ago here at the World Bank that a World Bank partnership with the African Development Bank was announced to try to connect 300 million people on the African continent. Where does that stand today, and how important is it to close that divide?
Actually, connectivity is the foundational element that we have to close the gap. And you're right, so many people still don't have energy, and many have digital access, but they are not using it. So what we are looking at is really to improve the quality and affordability in the coming years. But at the same time, I think one important feature that AI differs from previous technology is that it has a human-like interaction. So it really reduces entry barriers for a lot of young people in particular.
So, connectivity and energy are one facet. How does the World Bank account for its impact on jobs? Is there a way to know that an energy project or a connectivity project has led to tangible job growth in a region?
Yes. So we have conducted quite a few country-level studies. It actually shows that connectivity in terms of broadband access, especially combined with access to energy, increases growth, and through growth creates jobs. And it also reduces poverty reduction.
So, a year from now, when we gather again at annual meetings, I think they're in Thailand in 2026,
Yes.
right? What does success look like? What do you hope comes out of this week that will be a tangible result to share next year?
I think there are quite a few opportunities for developing countries to leapfrog. And I think what differs from previous new technology is that data now becomes the new natural resources. It's the new electricity, so to speak, in the AI era. So what I hope to see is that developing countries can leverage the large language models and that basically invest in innovation and invest in data collection. But developing countries can leverage such global public goods and collect and digitalize its own data so that the data can become a big driver for economic growth.
And are you confident that those large language models can localize enough in terms of language and culture to be useful in a wider swath of the world?
I think what the bank needs to do is really to ensure that there is global, inclusive, and accessible governance so that such big language models can still be on an open source platform. And also many countries nowadays are using computing, cloud services to have access through the API interface, to have access to both new technologies and data. But global governance is important to ensure such access.
Christine Qiang, thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you, Tony.